This is Helene giving you your M3 Radio Independent News. Saddam Hussein was found guilty and sentenced to death in Iraq. Who didn't see that one coming? Especially after the U.S. dismissed the head judge on the bench several weeks earlier, claiming he was too sympathetic towards the ex-president. Here's something that bothers my colleagues here at M3 Radio. Saddam was found guilty of executing Iraqis who tried to assassinate him and overthrow his elected government. Wouldn't that same reaction be legal in our own country if our own president did the same? And wasn't the Pakistani president guilty of the same crime a few weeks ago when, at the American request, he launched an attack that killed Pakistanis at a religious school? I guess it's true. The winner rewrites history. Think about it. Once again, it's election time in the USA, so it's more of the same old, same old. Maybe not. In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, voters will no longer be allowed to vote at local bars and taverns. So, what's the point of voting, you ask? Well, that's an excellent question. 156 of the city's 1,681 polling locations have been relocated this year. What was the problem? Were too many citizens mistaking the voting booth for the restroom? That would be easy to understand. You know, with changes like this, it's no wonder fewer and fewer Americans turn out for the elections. Damn, I need a drink. Be a dear and hand me a takeout menu. No, I'm not hungry. Like a lot of New Yorkers, I want to order a dope delivery. An increasing amount of imbibers are picking up the phone in the pursuit of pot when they want to get high. No muss nor fuss with corner deals or doing the drug den dance. When you feel like getting stoned, just pick up the phone. For the cannabis consumer, it's safer and friendlier, but more expensive. Delivering dealers are reported to be well-groomed and low-key. One company, the Cartoon Network, was reported to have catered to as many as 600 customers a day. I can just see it now. Welcome to McDopers, over 3 billion served. Can I get fries with that? So on election day, if you're not drinking or voting, then what will you do? If you're Vice President Dick Cheney, you pick up your rifle and go hunting. You may recall on his last hunt, Deadeye Dick blasted a buddy with buckshot after mistaking him for a quail. While we can't say for sure if that misfired friend will join Mr. Cheney on this big game hunt, when one of my spies allegedly asked the VP why he's not bothering to vote, he reportedly replied, that's all been taken care of by those dandy Diebold devices. Hey, I'm not about to argue when a man has a gun in his hand. Right before the election, John Foot-in-My-Mouth Kerry told a university audience if they didn't study hard, they may end up stuck in Iraq. The incumbent powers that be jumped on this as an example of how the former presidential candidate and Vietnam War hero was not supportive of U.S. troops. Gee, remember in 2004 when President Bush made a video that joked about the troops not being able to find the weapons of mass destruction? And former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld replied to a soldier's complaint of being sent to Iraq without adequate equipment by saying, "You don't go to war with the army you want, but with the army you have." Funny the way the frying pan calls the kettle black. File this one under Queen Coulter Gets Caught. Her royal bitchiness, Ann Coulter, is being questioned about violating election law and she refuses to cooperate. Prosecutors are looking into allegations that the Queen of Mean knowingly voted in the wrong precinct, a felony offense. Once again, my trusty tattlers tell me that when questioned, the annoying Anne may have answered, vote. In the diabolical days of Diebold? Who needs to vote anymore? Once again, I must say, that's an excellent question, my dear. An excellent question. Who's in the Profiles and Courage Spotlight this week? It's the very tenacious Tracy Dean. Heading home after a long trip, Ms. Dean stopped in a convenience store where she met a small girl and a man. The child appeared frightened. Something didn't seem right. On a hunch, she jotted down the man's license plate number before continuing home. Something still bothered her, so she drove 300 miles back to the store and demanded to see the surveillance tape. It turns out that the child had been kidnapped, and with the relentless woman's help, authorities arrested the man. Thank you, Tracy Dean. I'm hoping that after this election, we see a return to leadership. The previous Republican Congress launched a website that provided information on how to construct nuclear weapons. Luckily, the dirty leftist liberals who wrote for that nasty anti-American rag called the New York Times brought this to the attention of the International Atomic Energy Agency, who protested to the American ambassador. The site was taken down. Phrases like, asleep at the wheel, the lights are on but the house is empty, and the wheel is still turning but the hamster died come to mind. People, we can do better than this brain-dead bunch that used to be in office most of the millennium. Oh, that's right, I forgot about Diebold. This is Haleeman, and you just heard the M3 Radio Independent News.